Hey everybody, welcome back to a nice warm DeHaven family farm. We are in the mid 70s here today, even though it looks cloudy. We do have some rain coming, which is okay. The ground is not dry by any means, but we're not swampy yet either. So some rain will be good. Been spreading some fertilizer, and we're getting ready to try to spread some of this mushroom compost. You can see right here we got the 5140 open station on our lime fertilizer spreader. I have spread some of our compost with this before. It was completely dry, and it's a little bit different consistency than the mushroom compost. This, as you can see, I tried to keep it dry, but you can kind of see it gets a little chunky. It gets wet and then it dries. So our compost isn't quite like that. I'm not sure how this is going to spread. This could be a complete disaster. So we're going to give it a try here today. So yeah, we got that. And then because I was spreading fertilizer today, I had a little blue out with the fertilizer spreader on, and it would be a lot faster to load this spreader with the skid steer, but the skid steer's buried up in the garage with stuff in front of it. So we're going to use this here today because we got it out. So stay tuned for some upcoming videos. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. We had a short fertilizer video that I put together, just a quickie, but you may be wondering, why are you spreading fertilizer when you have the mushroom compost? So I got my analysis back on the compost, so we're going to do a video on that, what I found out, benefits, things like that, pricing, how everything kind of compares. So if you haven't seen that video, stay tuned. If you did see it, if I showed it, you know, I get out of order or whatever, well, I hope you enjoyed it. So anyway, so let's go ahead and get started here today before it rains and see if this is a thumbs up or a thumbs down kind of day. Okay, we're down the field here. We're going to do this one first. You can see my fertilizer tracks from where I went with the tractor. So I could have put a little bit more on there, but it doesn't want to come out. I wanted a good enough load to make sure that it was going to go okay and not pack, but not too full that if it did pack and not go out, I had too much to shovel. So this is a ground drive spreader. I engaged the wheel here. That's what basically drives the whole thing. I added this cylinder. It used to be like a handle at the front. I added the cylinder to turn it on and off. We have the two beaters back here, two spinners. There is a compartment that you can put in here that I took out that kind of diverts things evenly to each spinner. But when you're doing big clumpy stuff, a lot of times stuff will get stuck in the little boxes. So it may not be quite as even, but you can kind of see I have the gate. It's as open as wide as it's gonna go. So we're gonna give it a shot here. Just wanted to show you a little bit on this this old spreader here. It's a Newton Crouch, and yeah, so let's see if this is gonna work. All right, so this is what I was afraid was going to happen. You can see in there it kind of dug itself a little hole, but the stuff on the sides is not sliding down through. You know, this should be full coming all the way out, and it's not. So I have a shovel with me. I'll loosen some of it up and we'll get her going again. But there, it's fallen a tiny bit. Hopefully once we get it opened up, it'll just continue to fall on its own. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that was a pain. I had to stop every single pass going around once and shove some more compost down onto the conveyor. There's still just about 6 inches left all the way across the bottom, and I'm done with this field. I am not sure. There we can kind of see some compost and some fertilizer. I'm not sure if this spreader is going to work or not. Not just because of the fact that the stuff was sticking in there. I have another field here on the home farm to do today, and I'm just going to do some small loads so that hopefully it doesn't pack in there. It's going to mean a couple more trips, but I'm not going very far, so that'll save me all the shoveling, and hey, that's good with me. I'm sick of shoveling stuff out of this spreader. But the other issue is that it is not putting down enough in each pass. So I don't know what to do here. I've tried spreading lime with this spreader. It'll spread lime, but once again, if you load it up too much, it does the same thing. I had a video, was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. I think it was last spring, of my wife driving the tractor and me shoveling the lime in the back of the spreader to get it down onto the conveyor, the apron chain. So everything just, the walls need to be a little steeper, the conveyor, the apron chain maybe a little wider. I know it's designed to do both fertilizer and lime, so I think they tried to keep it a little bit narrower, and of course it's older, so things have been redesigned. But at any rate, it doesn't spread lime good unless you have a half a load. It doesn't spread this good unless you have half a load, and it's not, the gate doesn't open enough to get enough material out at once. It will do a lot of lime per acre, but the compost, it just won't do enough. So I'm faced with, do I try and modify this spreader with everything else going on now that it's springtime? Try and do something on the inside, either with sheet metal to change the angle so it's steeper. And I mean, you can see there's some track left here, even though it won't go up any higher. Do I try and do a modification, not permanent, so that way I could spread stuff with the chart correctly, but I could technically probably move this all the way up to here and cut out the hole bigger, which would allow more material to come out. But I don't know, I got so much on my plate right now, trying to deal with that. I'm just not sure what I'm going to do here. So anyway, a manure spreader would work, but I don't have a very big one, and I've got acres and acres to do. And the manure spreader that I have, just the old New Holland single beater type deal. So I mean, what do they spread? Maybe 15 feet wide, the little one that I have, or so. This, I'm getting about 40 feet out of it. So to use my manure spreader, just, it would put the quantity down, but it doesn't hold very much. And again, the spread pattern, it would just take so long. So that's out. Renting equipment where I live, there is no place to rent stuff. You can rent construction equipment type things. You know, if you want to rent a backhoe, an excavator, post hole digger, stuff like that, there's a lot of places. But ag rental places, you got to drive 3 hours each way down near Lancaster. So that's a 6-hour round trip to go get something, and then 6 hours to take it back. So now you've spent 12 hours on the road trying to haul some spreader. What do? You tow it down the highway? Like what? I don't even know. I don't even want to deal with that. So anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I hope you enjoyed this video. I got another field to do before it rains. So hey, any questions, comments, thoughts, leave them down below. I appreciate you guys watching and learning from my mistakes, my do's and don'ts. So please hit the subscribe and give me a thumbs up for all the shoveling I had to do today. And again, thanks for watching. I sure hope to see you guys on the next video.